At one point of time in my life, an Anurag Kashyap film meant discussions online about the form, analogies, and subtext in his storylines. He was considered to be the filmmaker whose storylines generate debate, and his filmography can be without a doubt considered to be thought provoking. I think Anurag Kashyap commercially peaked at Gangs of Wasipur and Sacred Games, but most of his other films, while leaving minor commercial impact, at least showcased a filmmaker going out on the limb to tell something fresh, at least in form and technique. His stint with Romance with Manmarzia split audiences. While one loved the unpredictable romance and the music assisting the narrative, one didn't really resonate with Kashyap's obsession with his own storylines that prolonged its screenplay and stretch out a running time that could have easily ended earlier. Irrespective, Kashyap has directed a film called Almost Pyaar with DJ Mohabbat with little to no marketing, with little to no awareness online that his directorial venture has come out. The film, starring debutant Karan Mehta and two-film-old Alaya F, focuses on a Gen Z parallel romance that takes place in Dalhousie and London, while the hill station premise focuses on a Muslim boy who has a crush on a Hindu schoolgirl, and both having their eyes on DJ Mohabbat performing live in their city, making them want to run away as their conservative parents would never allow such debauchery. The London premise focuses on an obsessive Pakistani girl who has a huge crush on a half Punjabi and half German DJ. Both sets of characters are played by the same leads, and the events that transpire as Anurag Kashyap makes his social commentary and politics abundantly clear forms the basic premise of this movie, filled with subtext that often becomes so tiresome that you start missing the filmmaker Anurag Kashyap once was. Whenever Amit Trivedi and Anurag Kashyap collaborate, it genuinely is intriguing to see what they conjure up. But other than Mohabbat Se Kranti, this musical collaboration pales in comparison to the gems they created with Manmarzia and Bombay Velvet. The simple concept of something being eccentric is not enough for it to stand out and leave a mark. While focusing on a Gen Z romance, lyricist Shelley integrates English lines that is infused with social media references and EDM beats. But the songs just don't pack the punch of ever being termed as evergreen numbers. Songs with lyrics like Hame bhi sikha do Kardashian style or PUBG wala hai man mein thrill is less self-aware and more an attempt of older filmmakers to integrate terminologies that are just relevant with a particular demographic. When a movie is about music and the music is mid, then you know it's a problem. Vicky Kaushal acts as the narrator of the film, presenting his take on love and how the emotion stays universal while the way it is communicated always alters from generation to generation. His stint in contributing to the film's messy screenplay does not paper over the cracks, but complicates it rather, as a snooze fest of a first half transitions to a slightly interesting but messy second half. Alaya F puts in a valiant effort in this film, standing out as probably her most impactful acting performance. Just like most of Anurag's women in his worlds, she is feisty, unpredictable, and sometimes problematic as well. Alaya really does shed every inhibition or guards in playing the exceptionally flawed character, whereas Karan Mehta in his debut is mostly stiff with his dialogue delivery and demeanor, standing out in the Dalhousie portions but awkward in his dialogues in the London segment. A lack of palpable chemistry that otherwise made Manmarzia such an engaging watch goes missing with the lead pair in this film. But what is the biggest problem of the movie? The biggest issue with Anurag's movie is that his social commentary and politics takes precedence over a cohesive screenplay. So you've got topics like love jihad, communal bigotry, grooming, class differences all wrapped into this film, leading eventually to such a khichdi that one does visibly get tired of the several topics that want to be fleshed out. Anurag, like many of his films, also does not know how to end the narrative, and even the running time of 2 hours and 1 minute seems cumbersome. You understand the commentary that Kashyap wants to convey with this film, but the form is absolutely lacking, and the director that once covered an interesting story and made his politics clear, a marriage he was so adept in executing, is missing in this film, and I hope the capable filmmaker we all know returns with his future ventures. On the bright side, and in more exciting news, the Leo promo came out starring Thalapathy Vijay that I think we can sure shot say is going to be integrated into the Lokesh Kanagaraj universe. Out of all the universes developing in industries across languages, I think it's safe to say that this is my favorite one, that all comments from Kaithi. I was absolutely pumped for the first look and hoping that Lokesh and Vijay post-master have learned from their lapses and will make sure that fan service and catering to the star doesn't take precedence in the case of this collaboration. The biggest takeaway for me from the Leo first look were the Easter eggs that were placed in the look. From the sacks clearly reminiscent of the LCU to the character being a chocolatier, making us immediately remember what Kaithi said in Kaithi during his time in prison. It's going to be very interesting on how they connect the dots with iconic characters like Vikram, Rolex and Dilli. While there is so much more to come in terms of the look, the music and the overall aesthetic of Thalapathy 67, I might get trolled for this, but I've got to be honest. I was kind of underwhelmed by the first promo. The way the Vikram title teaser packed the punch was absolutely insane. I remember being so blown away by the background score by Anirudh, the towering presence of Kamal Hassan, and the attention to detail with the ammunition set up in the house and the individuals that come for a feast. You know it was going to be something special. However, the Leo first look, in my opinion, while not being representative of the quality of the film, showcased a very average background score. And I also felt that it was an overkill analogy where the actor is dipping a sword in chocolate just to make the point of the title bloody sweet clear. I am all game for Thalapathy Vijay in the LCU, but the first promo did not pack the punch that the Vikram title teaser did, while being so similar in its aesthetic and the sneak peek that one wanted to give. I hope when the first look of the movie comes out, it totally throws me off as the universe itself is so exciting, but I'm managing my expectations until then as Vikram left us on such a high and exciting note. Moving on, another weekend of releases for Bollywood with little to no marketing. I just wanted to make you aware of an extremely zany, absolutely beautiful and very interesting short film that has just dropped on Disney Plus Hotstar. The movie titled Fursat, directed by Vishal Bhardwaj and starring Ishan Khattar and Bhamika Gabbi in lead roles, is 30 minutes long and is entirely shot on an iPhone 14. The premise of a boy who can see the future with his device called the Doordarshak accounts for a narrative that is self-aware, hilarious and a really casual and fun watch that I would highly recommend to you when you have the time. I absolutely love the lead pair and the creative choices that they are making as artists, but even more so, Fursat is a representation of the craziest ideas you can clearly execute with even basic equipment. Such interesting ideas need to be celebrated and marketed more, and I'm just doing my deed in letting you know about it because as film buffs, there's definitely going to be several takeaways you'll have from this film, either in its form or simply storytelling. And that was the video, guys. Write down in the comments below what you thought about Almost Pyaar, the Leo first promo, or whether you've seen Fursat as well. Please don't forget to follow me on Instagram. The handle's right in front of you. Follow me at JammyPants4. Also, please support us by smashing the like button and subscribing to our channel for weekly content ahead. Thank you for watching.